Piddling Bill. If your Sunday school teacher heard you talk the way you do, saying, damn it, GoPro, stop recording, damn it, oh my God, she'd get a bar of Fels Napa and wash your mouth out. Tape and all. I'm more Southern than Bill. I learned how to talk in Fort Myers, Miami. They used to think I was so cute when we went to the Caloosahatchee River and Okeechobee Lake. And I used to say, Mama, the skaters is biting me. I love lightning. We lived in a little trailer in Fort Myers. We were such white trash. My very first craft project was taught to me by my grandma Evelyn. She had long red hair, and she didn't have a tooth in her mouth, and she would hang on to her cigarette, and it would be bouncing in her lips. She had one tooth. I lied. She had one tooth. I didn't mean to say she didn't have a tooth in her mouth, but she had one. Bang. And she liked it because she could cut a piece of corn. Anyway, my grandma Evelyn taught me how to use the little sling thing to roll her cigarettes. I was 5 years old, and I could make my granny a big mess of home-rolled cigarettes. That was my project every day. I'd carefully lick those papers and roll it and put the tobacco right in there and pull that little sling. I still have it. So you know you're white trash when your first craft project. What did I say? Oh, I think I have Alzheimer's. My pain is really bad because I have a bone infection from my dental implant that they had to pull out. That's a nightmare. Anyway, my grandmother, Evelyn Bean, McBean, she was a descendant of Hanging Judge Roy Bean. I forget her sister's name, but she was a twin. They came from Germany, and they dropped the Mc and they kept Bean. But she promised me that she was related to Hanging Judge Roy Bean. I don't know how true that is, but you never know. I need to have one of those, them thar tests to see where, where my roots are, like my granny being related to Hanging Judge Roy Bean. And on my mom's side, Pancho Villa. My mom was Mexican. She died. My grandparents were Mexican. They lived in the Oxnard area, and then my grandfather was very, very hard worker. He couldn't speak English, and he used to call me Jerry. My grandparents raised me until I was about 3 years old. Not sure. Anyway, because my mom took off to be with her honey and Bob in Fort Myers, and she left me with my grandparents there in Artesia on their dairy. I remember all the cows. Anyway, my grandpa worked 24 hours a day milking all the cows. He had 1,000 cow dairy in Van Nuys on Sherman Way, and we lived there. And my grandpa had horses bordered there, Mr. Ed. But my grandpa couldn't read a word in a book, but he was a millionaire because he worked hard. He milked cows, and if you dare hurt one of his cows, he would, you'd get a shellacking. Your butt would be your fanny. And I always thought it was so cool because I got to pet both Mr. Eds. There was 2 horses. And if you look on Mr. Ed information, you'll learn that I'm telling the truth because I ain't lying. My last name ain't Watts. What's your lie? Anyway, I love your wife, Jules. She is precious. She's real. She reminds me of my grandmother only because my grandmother had long red hair and freckles. all over her. My grandma used to sing, "Oh, she got freckles on her butt. She's pretty." And she defended me like crazy because my dad used to abuse me and hit me. And she'd say, Bob, damn it, if you don't quit picking on that girl, I'm going to knock your Bob, damn it, head off. Anyway, I'm learning this one. Skip it. Here's how you have to pedal. Put your pedal to the metal. I don't know if you can see it.